everyone, how are you all doing? I hope that you're doing well. I know that it's actually been some time since I last posted a video or did really any updates. A lot of things have kind of been happening in the background, some good, some bad. So I figured what we could do right now is I could go and do a quick little video while I'm getting ready. We could do a little bit of chatting and yeah. So that being said, let's move on to getting ready and everything. I'm gonna use some Euphoria. I don't know for sure if I'm really wild about this one. I think I'm not really a fan of the smell of it, but I really do believe in using up products before you move on to something else. So with that being said, I'm gonna use that up, and I'll probably use my video camera for figuring out for putting on my makeup, because I don't really have a mirror. I have a few, but this is kind of the easiest option, so we might get a little close and personal. So first off, where I've been, there's been a lot of stuff just kind of going on mental health wise. I think a lot of people during this time of year kind of go through the motions. You're kind of ready for the warmer weather, the sunshine and everything. You're tired of the cold and the snow. So yeah, just feeling a little bit of seasonal depression, which wasn't great. And yeah, the seasonal depression, there's a few things that will be kind of coming into place in the next couple of months. It will be the 10-year anniversary of some not so great memories. And so I've been dealing with that stuff with my therapist, really working on that. I love my therapist. She is amazing. It took a while to go and find her, and you know, if you haven't gone through therapy before, a lot of people may agree that therapy is almost like dating. You really have to go and date different therapists, and you really need to go and have sessions with different therapists to go and see, okay, I'm vibing really well with this one, I'm not vibing so well with this one. It takes a while to go and figure out like what things work well and what things don't work well. And it took a while, but I found this therapist and I love her to pieces. And she and I have been working really hard on some of the things, especially, like I said, since it's the 10-year anniversary of some not so great things. So with that, I kind of ended up retreating a lot. I did try to go and do some things here and there, one of them being TikTok. I kind of changed things around there and decided I was going to do a BookTok channel, which was a lot of fun. I ended up going and posting a lot of book hauls, which my bank may not have been happy about, but the nice thing was I found ways to save money to get these books, so that was nice. So yeah, I kind of changed it over to a BookTok channel, which I'm really enjoying. But then I got engaged, and it kind of made it difficult for me to film some things for a while, because I was like, oh, there's this we gotta figure out, there's this we gotta figure out. And finally my fiance and I were like, okay, we need to enjoy being engaged for a bit and not stress about everything. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're also doing a lot of different celebrations with our friends. Unfortunately, some of them got canceled last week due to the snow in Colorado, which was a bummer. But yeah, we kind of rescheduled them to this week, which is super, super nice. So I'm very much looking forward to having those celebrations with our friend groups. And yeah, aside from that, haven't really done too much. I've been trying to figure out who I'm having for my bridesmaids and everything. There was a slight hiccup with who I could ask to be my bridesmaids, because those of you that don't know, my family is very religious, and due to certain rules that have changed over the years and some things that they've become stricter on, I unfortunately had to change who I originally had planned as some of my bridesmaids. And that really sucked, because when, at least for me personally, I always dreamed about my wedding and what it would be like, who I would want to have there, who I'd want to have as my bridesmaids. And suddenly that thing that I always dreamed of got changed significantly. And I'm really, really, really thankful for my fiance because he's so grounding, and we've always been able to go and talk through things. So whenever there's something that bothers me or vice versa, we always talk it through. And it's just so healing to go and get that out and have someone that is very easy to talk to, doesn't start a fight, anything like that. And it's just like, okay, I got this out in the open. I got these feelings out. I'm great. So yeah, that really sucked knowing that I couldn't have those family members to be a part of my day in the way I was hoping. They should still be able to be there, but like I said, it's just going to be kind of different. And thankfully, they still can be there. It's not, like I said, to the extent that I had originally planned. So now what I'm doing is I'm sending out, I always thought it would be really cute to go and get these boxes prepared and have them go and say like, will you be my bridesmaid? Will you be my maid of honor? Those types of things. I'm very cheesy and sentimental like that. So I sent one to one of my friends that is in a completely different state. I met her through Twitch, and we just had this amazing friendship that almost makes it feel like she's my sister in a way. And cheer each other on for our accomplishments. We're there for each other during the hard times. And I was like, she's been there since the beginning of Charles and my relationship. And I knew from day one, like when Charles proposed to me, that I had planned on asking her to be a bridesmaid. So that one was super easy, but she got her box recently. I might have to ask her if she's okay with me sharing the clip because it's so freaking cute. But she had her husband go and film her reaction to getting the box. So I officially have one bridesmaid that has confirmed. And then the person I plan to ask as my maid of honor, we're gonna get together hopefully in the next couple of weeks. It depends on the weather here in Colorado because, as you know, we still get springtime snowstorms. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I have the box already, and I'm planning on asking her in person. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I feel like it will go well, but there's the nerves. So yeah, there's that. And then I have one other friend that I'm planning on asking, who I grew up with in my hometown. We've been friends ever since second grade. So yeah, our friendship has lasted through all the many trials and tribulations of getting older. And yeah, so I'll be asking her. So I only officially will have one person out of bridesmaids, maids of honor that lives in Colorado. Everyone else is in a different state. So that will be interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of the extent of everything I've planned out so far, and very much excited for it. Also, I'm talking so much, I'm not even putting on my makeup. I'm excelling at all of this, and I can't even tell, like, is there a spot I'm missing? The thing is, it looks like it's darker, but I found it does actually kind of blend out once I put the rest of my makeup on. So we'll just go and get this stuff blended in to the neck area and everything. And like I said, it matches up a lot more once I get like the rest of my face put on. So yeah, right now it looks like it's pretty yellow and a lot darker, but it will be fine once I get the rest on. Okay, so what else has been going on? I guess the one other thing that isn't exactly exciting, isn't really happy news or anything like that, is we got reported. And originally we thought we got reported by someone that lives in our neighborhood, like one of our neighbors. And we basically like came out, we had a letter that was on the door, and I had missed him because I think I had a work meeting or something, and opened it up, and it was like a complaint about the weeds that were on our front lawn. And the thing is, like, when Charles and I moved into this house, we're currently on a rent-to-own agreement, and personally, I'm not a fan of this house. He's not a fan of this house either. We do like the neighbors for the most part, but there's just been so many things that are wrong with this house that what we had originally planned was to do a rent to own. So we were gonna go and buy this place, and There are a lot of factors we really loved about it, but when you do end up living in a house, there's just things that you end up going and discovering about it that you don't initially see right away. And what we learned was that the people that owned this house before us were very old. And unfortunately, their children did not want to help them with anything regarding the house. So a lot of the stuff they did on their own, and you can definitely tell because there's some things that are almost bandaged up. Like, one of the things that bothers me so much is that each of the fire alarms has a different battery. There's like 5 or 6 different batteries, because every time one of the fire alarms starts beeping to need the battery replaced, it's a different battery than one we already have. So I've probably purchased at least 6 different batteries to try to replace all of these. There's a lot of little things that we've noticed have been bandaged up, haven't been taken care of fully. And one of the things that we worked on right away when we moved into this house was the yard. So the backyard was overgrown with weeds and there was no grass. And we knew that when we moved here, we wanted to get a dog. We were going to get a dog after Charles finished his school year and he was on summer break, so that he would be here to help me out with any sort of training. And so we waited until then. We went in and got a bunch of sod and put it into the backyard, which was amazing. But then unfortunately, some of the sod ended up going and dying. And yeah, so we redid that. We went and redid the front yard to the extent that we could, which was basically going and pulling out 3 huge bushes and getting rid of them because they were all dead and they looked absolutely horrid. So we did that, and then trying to pull some of the weeds, but with our front yard, a lot of it has rocks, and rocks are really hard to go and pull weeds up around. And because everything was so overgrown, a lot of the rocks were just kind of hindering what we were able to do. So we did the best that we could. But the summer last year was really warm, and unfortunately, if you've seen some of my past videos, one of them explains that I got COVID, which really sucked because I had avoided it for so long, especially living on my own here in Colorado. Then I decide, oh, I'm gonna go to see Paramore and we're gonna see Taylor Swift. And sure enough, I got COVID at one of those concerts. We're assuming that it was probably the Paramore one, but there was Paramore and Taylor Swift literally within a couple days of each other. So yeah, that probably did not help. So yeah, I got COVID and it hit me really, really bad. And Charles was amazing. His mom was very amazing. I'm thankful for both of them, because if I would have gotten COVID when I was living on my own, I wouldn't have been able to take care of myself. I wouldn't have been able to take care of the cats. It would have been very, very bad. So they were taking care of me during that time period. And once I had recovered, I still noticed that I had symptoms. And a lot of it had to do with breathing. I would be wheezing, I would be coughing at night, just really struggling to catch my breath. And I waited a few months before deciding to do an appointment with a doctor. And mostly that was because I heard that a lot of people have long-term COVID. So I was like, okay, this is maybe a thing that I'm experiencing and I should wait a little bit before doing an appointment of any kind. So I waited a little bit, met with my doctor, and we were thinking like, okay, I have asthma symptoms. So I started using an inhaler, which I've never used an inhaler before. I had to watch YouTube videos because I was like, how the heck do you use this? So watched a YouTube video, learned how to go and use an inhaler, and used it for a short period of time because we were just doing a trial. And then after that, went to do some more breathing tests, still kind of seeing that I was experiencing some of that. So finally we were like, okay, I need to go and set up another appointment with another place to see and do some breathing tests, which I did. And once I went to that location, did the breathing tests, and it seems like I do have some stuff that is kind of borderline asthma. So now I'm using different inhalers to basically test it out. I have an appointment next month to go and see like, okay, did this inhaler make a difference? do I have asthma? So because of the COVID and everything that I had and the breathing issues that I had, it made it really hard for me to go and do yard work. And with Charles, he was doing the best that he could, but between taking care of me and the extreme heat outside, we also didn't have working AC for a period. So our AC stopped. Luckily that got fixed. But during that time period, just all those things mixed together made it impossible to do any yard work. So we're like, okay, we'll get to this when we get to it. So we kind of stopped for a period of time, and then we were planning on doing it again because I have my inhalers now. We know how to go and tackle that. So it's like, okay, we just need to wait for the snow to end and then we will do yard work. So we had this game plan, and part of the game plan was we're going to start doing this during Charles's spring break because he is an elementary school counselor. And apparently that wasn't in the cards because someone decided to report us. And we had originally we thought it was a neighbor. And we're like, who the heck would this be out of our neighbors? We've met all of our neighbors. They're super, super nice. Who would do this? Like, think that they'd go and talk to us since they know us. So we're frustrated trying to figure things out. We have 10 days to go and take care of the stuff in the yard with the weeds. And the weeds weren't necessarily bad. Like, they don't look great. They were bothering us. But winter, snow, how are you gonna pull weeds when you can't see where the weeds are because of the snow? So yeah, Charles ended up going and giving them a call to get an idea of what was going on. And the guy's like, just let us know if you need an extension or anything like that. And Charles is like, okay, I will let you know. So we got the huge snowstorm in Colorado. We were only able to pull up so many weeds before that happened. So Charles calls again, and we did go out one of the days that there was snow because it melted enough for us to try to get at least one chunk in the front yard for the weeds. And one of our neighbors came out and we were talking to her, and she's like, I have no idea who did this. Everyone's super nice. You'd think that they would go and talk to you. So she was completely mind blown. Following day, Charles ends up calling the guy again just to ask for an extension because we realized we need more time. We're not going to have this done in time because the snow has not melted enough for us to do the entire front yard. So he calls, and then the guy reveals that basically he was driving through our neighborhood, happened to look over and was like, well, their weeds aren't great in their front yard. I'm going to write a report on them. Didn't leave a warning letter, anything like that. Just was like, hey, that doesn't look great. Why not? I'm going to leave a note. So I was telling Charles once he told me that someone must have spit in his Cheerios that day so that he felt upset enough to go and say, like, I'm going to screw up someone's day. I'm going to just go and do this. I'm not feeling great. I'm going to do this. So yeah, that's currently what we're dealing with. So that's some of the not great news that happened. So between the not so great news, the great news, it just kind of took a lot of my extra brain power to be able to film or do anything, because obviously pulling weeds after I'm off work, and if I'm off work but my breathing's not great, can't really film. So just a mixture of that stuff, and then obviously engagement, trying to do engagement celebrations with friends, and then that not working out, and that kind of knocks the wind out of your sails again because you're looking forward to something and then it ends up not being able to happen. So yeah, with that being said, I should be able to start filming and getting back to things after this week. This week is a little bit busy, but yeah, things have kind of settled out, gotten things figured out, and things are looking really good. Also, I ended up going and getting my equipment from the 1000 Dreams Fund. So I won a grant, and they finally were able to go and send out the grant money last month, and I was able to go and purchase some of the remaining equipment that I needed. I would like to use this camera not only for vlogging and videos, but also for my Twitch stream channel, which I'd like to get back into. So yeah, I got that, and I'm trying to figure things out that way, get everything settled and finalized. So yeah, lots of exciting things coming up ahead. with this channel for my YouTube, I would like to kind of do a mixture of vlogs as well as sometimes ASMR and also book videos. I've really been getting back into reading this month and it has been so nice. Or not this month, this year. But I did kind of hit a hiccup this month just because I went and applied for so many NetGalley ARCs and didn't realize that they were all being published around the same time. And although I'm very appreciative of getting to read these ARCs and leave reviews and everything, it kind of is similar to, you know, when you were in school and you didn't get to have a say on what books you read. So right now there's all these thrillers that I want to read, but I can't read them because I need to read these ARCs. So it's been a little bit of a battle because I want to read certain books that I got in some of the hauls you've seen on my TikTok channel, and I can't read them right now because I have ARCs. So I'm doing the best I can to try to zoom through those. I can't really talk while I'm doing my eyeliner, so please bear with me one moment. Yeah, that'll do. Like they say, sisters, not twins. So they're very much sisters. I feel like too with my eye shapes, one is a little bit different than the other, so that definitely adds into the fact like how the swoop is going to be on one eye versus the other. So yeah, I've been reading books. I read one ARC recently that was The Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. Oh my god, it was so good. I still need to go and do my review for that book through TikTok, but I loved it so much and I can't wait until the book comes out in April, and I will definitely be purchasing it then. But I loved that book. It was so good, and I've never read anything by that author before, so she is definitely on my radar, and I plan on getting more of her books here soon, especially through Book Outlet, because that is amazing for people that are trying to save money and get good quality books that aren't in horrible condition. Thrift books. I got a book order from Thrift Books because I'm trying to get books that were from my childhood that brought a lot of happy memories and just basically complete book series. And the latest box that I got from Thrift Books was awful. I know people say that you need to get like very good or phenomenal condition, but all they had was good. And I kid you not, these books were in horrid condition. I'll go and add a video here, but it was awful. Like, one of them looked like an animal had chewed out some of the middle pages. There was a lot of coloration and spills on them. It was awful. Like, I felt grossed out even holding the books, but luckily I was able to contact customer service and they gave me a refund. But then they were like, yeah, you don't need to send the books back. It's like, you can do whatever you want with them. And as someone that loves books, has always taken care of my books, it's like, even though these books are in awful condition, I can't get myself to throw them away, but I also can't obviously put them on the bookshelf near my other books because I don't know, I feel grossed out. Like, I don't know what these books might have. So yeah, that's just a little thing to say, like, be very careful with your orders from Thrift Books. Just saying. I think the only other thing I can think of is obviously next month is Limb Loss and Limb Difference Awareness Month, plus Autism, I think, Acceptance Month. I might be saying that wrong. I'll change it here if I am. But both of those things are for next month. So I've been trying to plan out the videos that I'd like to post. Last year I kind of fell through because, like I said, April and May are difficult times of the year for me, and especially this year with it being the 10-year anniversary of some not so great things. I really don't want to fall short again during this time of the year, because as someone that's limb different, it's very, very important for me to bring representation during those months, because not too many people are aware of what that month signifies. So I'm gonna try to record videos now and schedule them out so that if I do run out of spoons to be able to post, I can still post that stuff that I already have recorded. So yeah, I'm planning out a lot of different videos and things. I've been writing down little ideas here and there, but if you have any ideas or questions that you've had for someone with a limb difference, please let me know. I'd love to hear them. I'm pretty much okay with going and answering things as long as they're not rude. Please be respectful with your questions and stuff like that. Because although this is through the internet, if you wouldn't say it to someone's face, why would you say it through the internet? Just saying. So yeah, that will be coming up soon too. I plan on doing a few book videos, like my top 10 favorite books of all time, lots of different stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up my eyeliner, put my mascara on, and probably wrap up this video because I feel like I've been chatting for a long time. I'm an introvert, but I can definitely talk when it comes to doing things this way. And yeah, I do use two different eyeliners. I just find that with my lid type that using two different ones really helps and makes it less likely for them to crease. And there you go. I've done wing eyeliners, wing eyeliner forever. Pretty much since high school when I learned how to do it, and it's been one of those looks that I've always loved. I just feel like it opens my eyes up more, and yeah, when I do a full face of makeup, it doesn't feel right if I don't do wings. Like my best friend's wedding, when I was in it, the makeup artist didn't give me wings, and when I was allowed to leave, I went back to our hotel room and put my wings on because it didn't feel right. I felt like I was naked partially. And yeah, I usually put setting spray on before I put mascara. I find that if I do the setting spray with mascara on, then it tends to like smudge and go all over the place. But I don't think I'm gonna put on mascara yet. Sometimes it tends to irritate my eyes a little bit, and yeah, so I might go a little bit without wearing it. But this is kind of, yeah, my full face of makeup minus the mascara. I'll put my hair down so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, this is kind of like my everyday makeup look. I also do want to talk about my nails. I got Mooncat nail polish, and this is the fake halo or hollow, and I love this color. Like, look at how shiny it is and how it changes colors. It's kind of matches my ring because the ring band is rose gold, and it's so pretty. I love it so much. But yeah, I've been really into the Mooncat nail polish lately. It's a small business, woman founded, and some of their proceeds also go to animals in the shelter. So it just, you know, checks off all those boxes for things that are very meaningful and line up with my values. So yeah, just showing you my nails, but also doing a shameless little ring show and tell. But yeah, so that's kind of everything that's been going on lately. Sorry this was so long and chatty, but hey, if you watched this while you were having breakfast or doing your own makeup, then hopefully I was able to give you some company. And with that being said, I think I'm gonna head out, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Bye.